You do not have to wear those masks. I mean, please take them off. Honestly, it's not doing anything, and we got to stop with this COVID theater. So if you want to wear it, fine, but this is ridiculous. All right.
Good Lord. Where was that guy raised?
So
in a barn?
mean.
I mean, serious. No, I'm serious. Was that guy raised in a barn? That's what we say in the South when somebody is rude. But I really do. You know, a guy, Willie, being rude to kids. I seriously, this is a question I asked. Who raised him? Like, who would want their child to behave that way toward other children? It's like, you know, we see this. We you know, you and I, our kids are involved in sports. Our parents saw us when we were involved in sports. You know, whenever you see coaches going after kids or whenever you see parents going after, it's just so offensive. And I just wonder, what is it about this party now, this Donald Trump party, where rudeness becomes a defining characteristic that actually the base looks for?
Yeah, it is a strange phenomenon that's happened in the age of Trump, which is that displays like that are somehow viewed by some people as strength, or at least by the people who act that way, in this case, Governor DeSantis, as owning the libs in some way. We got to get rid of these masks, so I'm going to bark at a bunch of teenagers at a school. That was at the University of South Florida in Tampa, you know, berating these kids for wearing masks, and they took them off because the governor of their state told them they could. He went further, though, Joe. Yesterday, Governor DeSantis at that same event, after barking at the teenagers, telling reporters, unlike Ukraine, France would not have put up a fight if Russia had invaded. Listen.
It's inspiring to see these people just grab rifles who are civilians and going out there and fighting to ward off a Russian army. A lot of other places around the world, they just fold the minute there's any type of adversity. I mean, can you imagine if he went into France? Would they do anything to put up a fight? Probably not.
Okay, so again, this is what I don't get, okay? This guy went to Yale. And I'm not asking him to know history because he went to Yale. Maybe,
did he?
Maybe I don't know what, maybe he studied basket weaving at Yale. I'm not sure. They didn't let me even walk on the campus. They never, I'm not allowed on Ivy League campuses. But anyway, they're afraid I might try to apply again for a school. But I'm just not sure where that attack against the French came from, because those flip comments brought me back to what French President Emmanuel Macron said back in 2018 when Donald Trump retreated and abruptly announced that he was going to force troops that wanted to stay in Syria to help their Kurdish allies, when those troops in Syria were stopping the Iranians from going in places we didn't want them to go, that was holding Russians in check. And when the Russians attacked us, we killed 300 of them in about 5 minutes, that kept Assad in check. It was Donald Trump who cut and run. And what did the French say? Well, Macron said, I very deeply regret the decision Trump made on Syria. To be allies is to fight shoulder to shoulder. It's the most important thing for a head of state and head of the military. An ally should be dependable. Willie, again, it was the French that wanted us to stay in Syria with them and help other allies. You can say the same thing about Afghanistan. When we left Afghanistan, it was the French that said, what are you doing? We need to stay here. We need to behave honorably. We have to honor our commitments. So, again, you know, DeSantis, he doesn't need to learn about the French resistance from 1940 to 1945. Just, I don't know, read newspapers. It happened a few years ago, Ronnie. Not that hard. Not that hard to figure out. But again, Willie, just pure ignorance after being extraordinarily rude to kids.
Well, here's the worst of it. He does know that. He does know better. He just thinks the people that he's talking to, the people he's trying to appeal to, don't. So he makes that sort of whatever you want to call that virtue signaling argument. And you don't have to go back to World War II, Joe. As you know well, French troops died alongside us in Afghanistan. So when the United States was attacked, NATO troops went to Afghanistan, many of them French, and died in the defense of the United States. So ignorance, whatever it is, it was really an appalling display yesterday, but perhaps not surprising, Elise Jordan, from Governor DeSantis.
Yeah, I guess he just wasn't busy with Yale history classes. Maybe he was more busy at the frat house, There's a certain nastiness to those comments and contempt even for the students. It just makes me sad. I don't know, almost a little bit of a sadistic edge. It's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how his character unfolds on the campaign trail.
Joe, I think we all better, strap ourselves in, because we're going to see more of this in the next couple of years. And it's play acting. I mean, people like the governor of Florida think that part of Donald Trump's calling card, in the sense it was too many Americans thought, oh, he's a tough guy. Look at the way he talks. So they're trying to mimic him now, and it'll get worse. We know it'll get worse.
Oh.
Well, and just playing to the lowest common denominator, and as Willie said, assuming the people that are listening to him are stupid, too stupid to know history, too stupid to know recent history, current events. And for DeSantis, though, think about it, Mike, for DeSantis to actually accuse anybody of theater after putting on that display? I mean, that's like Sally Fields accusing somebody of being over-dramatic when accepting an Academy Award, for God's sake. It's just a joke. All he engages in is stupid theater. Stupid theater trying to humiliate kids. Stupid theater when he's running for office with 30-second commercials telling bedtime stories about Donald Trump to his children. It's all theater. It's all virtue signaling. That's what, at least, let me just say, the Trump wing of the Republican Party has become. Because, there are a hell of a lot of senators right now, Republican senators, who are doing the right thing on Ukraine, who are moving in the right direction on Ukraine, and on other defense issues. But in this Trump wing of the Republican Party, it's nothing but virtue signaling and theater.
Well, he's a fake tough guy, but there are Republicans, as you just said, who are real tough guys. Try Mitt Romney, for one.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. You can follow up on today's top stories and breaking news, or catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.